In the world of commercial aviation, few designs are more iconic than the Boeing 747 and its distinctive hump. However, did you know that the iconic 747 hump is actually where the cockpit is located? In the very first version of the design, this was done so that the front of the nose could be used as a giant hinge for a cargo door. It's a unique feature on the initial design of one of the most famous aircraft in the world. The tale of how this distinctive characteristic came to be is just as fascinating. So what led to its creation? To explain that, we need to go back to October 1947, one of the most important days in aviation history. On October 14, 1947, the Bell X-1, piloted by Air Force Captain Chuck Yeager, became the first manned aircraft to break the sound barrier. This historic event marked a significant milestone in aviation history, proving to the world that traveling at supersonic speeds was possible. The famous experiment completely transformed how both the scientific community and the public thought about what was possible in flight. It ignited a rush of excitement among engineers to create an aircraft for the public that could travel around the world at supersonic speeds. After more than a decade of development, the public held a great deal of excitement about the idea of supersonic commercial travel, thanks to upcoming aircraft like a Concorde, a private jet capable of flying at supersonic speeds. Being jointly developed and manufactured by Sud Aviation and the British Aircraft Corporation, construction of 6 prototypes began in February 1965. The aircraft claimed it could travel from New York to Paris in under 3 hours. The development of the Concorde came as a shock to engineers at Boeing, who were currently developing the Boeing 747, a commercial airliner designed to hold more passengers but fly at slower speeds. With the news of the Concorde, they feared their aircraft would become obsolete for its original use. Many engineers on the project were moved to help develop the American version of the Concorde, the Boeing 2707 SST. The remaining engineering team was unsure of the best concept to move forward with. In 1966, Pan Am CEO Juan Trippe sought the flexibility to convert the Boeing 747 into a cargo plane in case his ambitious order of 25 aircraft turned out to be a misstep. So, the Boeing company decided to pivot and quickly planned to convert the plane for both passenger and cargo use. This way, if the passengers opted for supersonic travel, the 747 would still be useful. That's where the iconic hump comes in. Engineers turned the front of the plane into a giant hinge for a cargo door, allowing the nose to open, making it easier to load taller cargo. However, they ran into one issue. The cockpit was designed to be at the hinge point of the cargo door. This would mean that all the electronics and avionics would need to pass through a complex hinge point. So, engineers opted for a second deck that housed the cockpit of the 747-100. Due to aerodynamics, the cockpit level had to rise and slope back into the main fuselage, giving us the original design for its iconic hump. In future versions of the Boeing 747, the design of the upper deck would stretch to include first-class seats and an onboard lounge. Future concepts could have taken this even further and extended the hump to run the length of the aircraft, similar to the Airbus 380. It's a cool story behind one of the most famous aircraft designs in the world. Enjoy delving into the captivating world of aviation history? Be sure to follow along for more intriguing tales about the history of aviation.